Welcome back to My View. America may have just recognized National Police Week, but we can always give thanks to the brave men and women who risk it all to protect strangers. And tonight I have the honor of shedding light on three heroes. Deputy Ignacio Dan Diaz, Deputy Ralph Butch Waller, and Corporal Luis Paez served with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department until they were tragically killed in the line of duty last year. A driver accidentally hit them while they dealt with one of the deputies' disabled motorcycles on the side of the road. And as we've since learned, these men truly encapsulated what it takes to serve. Their loss is still felt by their department, the community, and most importantly, their families. So in an effort spearheaded by Florida Congressman Brian Mast, a man who's also dedicated his life to public service, Deputies Diaz and Waller and Corporal Paez are the first recipients of a new and special honor presented by none other than President Trump.
It's a real honor to welcome all of you to the White House, the famous Oval Office, and we award the first ever Medals of Sacrifice to three heroic law enforcement officers from Palm Beach County, Florida. Earlier today, Congressman Brian Mast, who's right here, introduced a bill to ensure this new medal will be awarded to any law enforcement officer or first responder who gives his or her life in the line of duty.
Well, Congressman Mast, this Medal of Sacrifice, just give us the background to it. How did this come about, and how was the medal made?
Tragically, there were three Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies that were killed, Deputy Paez, Deputy Waller, and Deputy Diaz. And President Trump, myself, your husband, Eric Trump, other friends, Dan Newland, others, we were all together for the ceremony, the memorial ceremony. We were just there reflecting about this loss, this tremendous loss. And it came in the conversation that, there's nothing like the Medal of Honor that goes from the president directly to the law enforcement that have given their lives, that have given the last breath in their lungs or the last beat of their heart. And in that moment, in that instant, President Trump looked over at me and he said, get it done, get that done.
Cameron and Denise, I want to ask you both, maybe just tell me about Denise, your husband, and Cameron, your dad, a little bit. Who were they as people?
My husband was a lover of life, never met a stranger.
Sorry.
Best thing ever in my life. Very funny. He loved people and loved helping people. That day he was out helping his dad. But he was an amazing human, rescued me on many levels, always took care of me, always put me first.
Cameron, what about your dad?
The most antisocial people person there was. Loved photography, loved motorcycles.
I think he'd be proud of you today. You spoke, President Trump said, did you want to say something? You spoke in front of all the press at the ceremony.
I viewed my dad as Superman, someone my whole life you look up to. He's an amazing guy, and it's horrible that this happened to all three families. But I'm glad that something was done about it, and we got represented, and everyone in the future will be. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd be very proud of you.
Would he be proud of you today for doing that?
He would be, yes.
Denise, maybe you can give me a little background on your husband's career in law enforcement.
He remained in Royal Palm his entire career at District 9. It was there that he met me locally, but he was a motorman, loved it, loved his job, very proud to wear the uniform. He would get letters of commendation from people he gave tickets to. He would get thank you letters.
Wow.
Which I thought was crazy, but that's who he was. He was just kind, and he was like the perfect example of what you would want police to be.
How many years did he serve?
18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
Amazing. Is that your husband's?
This is actually a gift from my wonderful friends at District 9. when he passed, they got together, all of them, just personally, and they made that for me, so it's always with me.
And how about your dad, about his career in law enforcement?
He started in corrections. That's when he applied to the academy. He got hired on my birthday, but before I was born.
Wow.
And then he made his way to the motor unit. I believe he was with the motor unit for around a very long time, 36 years for PBSO.
Wow. Congressman Mast, tell me overall what this medal means. I mean, obviously, it's beautiful, but it really is like the Medal of Honor, but for our first responders.
This is very specifically the Medal of Sacrifice. It's for our law enforcement, our first responders, firefighters, federal law enforcement. It's this acknowledgement that there's nothing we can do to repay what you've lost. But we recognize what you've lost. We recognize that there was somebody that gave everything.
To be here today, to, as Congressman Mast said, receive this recognition of what they did. Just tell me what this means for you guys.
It's everything. I mean, the first people that get this medal, we get invited to the Oval Office. It's an honor. I still can't believe it. It's amazing to have us out here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely huge honor. Very touching that he's honored our 3 guys. This was Police Week here in DC, and I met a lot of people who are in the same place I am. And it just made me feel really good to know that moving forward, every single one of them, every single one will be recognized that way. It's historical. It's a big honor.
President Trump's wants. He wants every last person that gives their life, he wants them to come, their families, to come before him, and so that he can present this. It's a specific request of him, and that's an amazing heart.
Yeah. Congressman, I'm curious how you think this might impact current law enforcement officers and maybe people who are considering a career in law enforcement, men and women out there who see the recognition this president gives.
I don't think there's anybody that gets into law enforcement today that doesn't recognize the work is always dangerous, and as this is demonstration to, it's very often deadly, and that's in all corners of our country. And it can come in year 18, or it can come in week 8. And that's the work, but it's selfless service. To know that you're appreciated and that you're recognized and that the totality of what your commitment could mean for your life and your family is recognized, that helps you to understand how much it's appreciated when you're out there on the line each and every day.
So back the blue is a phrase that you hear a lot coming from folks on the right. But as family members of law enforcement officers, I'd love to hear from you guys what that means to you.
Backing the blue, understanding the sacrifice part, understanding what we go through, respecting law enforcement in general. After, in the past and history, sometimes it's not so great for law enforcement. I think people recognize that now, at least I see that, and hopefully more will come to understand that along the way. But backing the blue it's an honor when you feel it, when you feel people supporting you that you don't even know. It's a wonderful feeling.
What do you think, Cameron?
That backing the blue means more than backing police officers, that after everything that happened, they've all came and they've helped out the families, the loved ones. They've been there for us the whole time.
Does it feel like you guys have more support in the law enforcement community from this president right now?
Yes. President Trump has always been a lover of law enforcement. He's always made that known. And he definitely has made us feel that he cares about us and about all of them.
And Congressman, we saw the presentation here today of these beautiful medals, but this does still have to go through Congress.
I would have to believe that every person that would have the opportunity to vote yes on that piece of legislation would be honored. I would say for myself personally, I don't know that there'll ever be a more meaningful piece of legislation that I have the opportunity to write than one to honor our law enforcement that protect our community and our first responders. I couldn't think of something more honorable to vote on.
Well, Cameron and Denise, we're so sorry for both your losses. You have so much support and so much love for your families, from our family, from this White House, from, I think, everyone around the country. And Congressman Mast, thank you. Thank you for dreaming this up, because I think it's very meaningful to so many people. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.